receptors that we had to go ahead with. So let us begin with the concluding part of this neural control and coordination. That's going to be sensory receptors. Okay. Well, so yeah. Till here we had completed in the last class. We were supposed to start with sensory receptors, correct? Yeah. Any difficulty, any doubts? Still, whatever we have completed. Kuch hai beta? What is the importance of ganglion? It is the junction where the dendrites of the first neuron will interact with the the synaptic knobs of the first neuron will interact with the dendrites of the second. Okay, so that is that junction. So it's very important because that is the area where the acetylcholine is going to get transported, and the signal is going to get transmitted from one neuron to another. Right? So that is the main function of these ganglions. Fine? Yes. Anything else before I go ahead with these things? Understood? Good, good, very good. Aggregation of site. Yeah, yeah. That is going to be your, basically the gray body or the gray matter and the white matter. That it is going to be, the reason myelinated and non-myelinated ones. So we go ahead with the sensory receptors now. Okay. Okay. Sensory receptors are some specialized structures in the body to receive the various stimuli from the external or internal environment. So it could be from the external environment or it could be internally also. So some stimuli are generated inside. So, like sometimes you get the feeling of a little bit of ache or pain in your stomach or your head, or, sometimes some people have, not at your age, of course, but in the elderly people, they have got the sensation of burning in their chest and all those things. So all these are also what? These all are also stimuli, right? So it could be an external stimuli or it could be internal stimuli. Okay, any signal, fine. The nature of the receptor, yeah, like acidity, yes, better. So the nature of the receptor is defined by the type of stimuli. What is your doubt, my dear? Now it is considered as a part of it. Na? Earlier, these two were different. ANS and PNS were different. That is what we read that day. Now it is going to be a part of it. Okay. Well, so it is the nature of the receptor which is defined by a special type of stimuli that it can respond to. Example, photoreceptor. Photo ka matlab hai something to do with light, vision, right? So photoreceptor responds to light. What exactly is the meaning of the receptor? It implies that when a specific type of stimulus reaches the sensory neuron, that sensory neuron will be called as what? That sensory neuron would be called as a receptor at that particular time. Okay. It causes the production of action potential in it. I hope you all remember in the very first lecture we had talked about the action potential. Na plus and K plus. Okay? So it is going to result into the production of an action potential in it, and this action potential is carried in the form of an impulse. Yes, Vaishnavi, correct, beta, very correct. So you remember all those things: polarized condition, then depolarization, repolarization. So that way the impulse needs to be conducted, it needs to be moved ahead, right? These impulses are conducted to the different functional areas of the brain for processing and interpretation. So we have already seen the centers which are responsible for each and every activity in the brain. That day I showed you all the brain also, and I showed you all the way I have written the different areas and everything on it, right, on one side. And as promised, whenever we will meet, I'll definitely get those models for you to understand. You can take a photograph of it, or you can do, you can take it in your hand and understand the things in detail, right? So these impulses are conducted to the different functional areas. So you know what are the different functional areas of the brain? for processing and interpretation. So it has to be, you know, that signal needs to be processed and it needs to be interpreted. Interpreted in the sense, what action should be taken, right? That needs to be interpreted. Okay. Yeah. These are going to be the different types of receptors, which are we going to, you know, talk about. So we have got classification of receptors. So these classifications are based on the location, function, their sensitivity to specific stimuli. So how are they classified? Just we'll go through it. Yeah. So see over here, we have got different types of receptors. The first one is called as exteroreceptors. They receive external stimuli. So which are the external, you know, receptors by which we can actually sense certain things? So see, phonoreceptors. You all can hear whatever I'm saying, right? So it's going to be associated with hearing. Phonoreceptors, location, internal ear, in which we have got a specific organ of corti. And the function is sound reception, of course. Phone, say phonoreceptors है, ये easy है याद रखना, nothing difficult. Statoreceptors, balancing. Okay. So as I had told that day, there are so many, I have seen many females who sleep in the train and they go to, you know, like one side and automatically they come back to their normal position. They realize all of a sudden that we are moving to one of the areas and they again come back to their normalcy. Right? So that is going to be your statoreceptors. Then we have got the location is internal ear. It's semicircular canal. Function, receptors for maintaining balance and equilibrium. So we have got statoreceptors again in the internal ear itself, right? Photoreceptors, where they're going to be present. Location kya hai? Retina of the eye, right? Function, receives sensory stimuli for vision. Thermoreceptors, naam se, thermo means heat, right? Yes. So thermoreceptors, location would be skin. What is the function? Receive sensory stimuli for heat and cold. So जो heat का sensation देते हैं ना, उन thermoreceptors को हम कहते हैं calorie receptors, okay? और caloreceptors कहते हैं. And जो ठंडेपन का एहसास दिलाता है, you feel cold nowadays. All of you all are, you know, feeling cold. So that particular cold feeling, those receptors will be called as, it is not trigido, it is frigido. There is a spelling mistake over there. It is not trigi, right? It is frigi, frigi. F चाहिए वहां पर. Fridge कहते हैं ना लोग, है ना? That F has to be there. It is not T. It's a you know, misprint. So kindly make a note of it. It is frigidoreceptors and not trigi. Then we have got something called as mechanoreceptors again in the skin, which is going to give us the feeling of touch, pain, pressure, deep pressure. Okay, all these are going to be with the help of the mechanoreceptors, right? Then we have got chemoreceptors. These all are exteroreceptors, beta. ये सारे exterior stimuli से आने वाले हैं. Chemoreceptors. We have got gustato and olfactory. As I said, gustation, taste, associated with tongue. So gustato receptors, taste buds of the tongue. Olfactory, epithelium, olfactory epithelium of the nose. And what is the function? Of course, sensitive to the taste of sweet, salt, sour, bitter. Umami. Umami का मतलब क्या होता है? You know what is umami? Delicious. Okay. Savory. Yes, yes, yes. Savory. Correct. Correct. Skin receptors are present all over the skin or specific skin areas all over the skin. Beta. They're uniformly distributed. Uniformly distributed. Yes, yes. Umami का मतलब होता है savory. Right. Very correct. And see, we have got the receptors of nose epithelium, we can have around 10,000 different smells ka sensation. 10,000 different smell. We don't even realize, right? बट घर में क्या बन रहा है या किस बाजू वाले के घर पे क्या बन रहा है, घर पे क्या बन रहा है इससे भी ज्यादा क्या है, तुम्हारा ध्यान किधर होता है, बाजू वाले के घर पे आज क्या बन रहा है, रे ऐसा स्मेल आ रहा है या नहीं? टेल द ट्रूथ. That's what. 10,000 different smells can be sensed by us. Correct? Yes. So these are your exterior receptors. Only for our own house? Ha, that's good. That's what. Those smells are very peculiar. That peculiar smell ना वो एकदम से फटाक से समझ में आ जाता है कि भाई किसी के घर पे ये बन रहा है शायद, है ना? अभी तिल का लड्डू बनेगा, सबके घर पे बना होगा, वो तिल के लड्डू का भी एक पेक्यूलियर स्मेल है. इजीली समझ में आता है कि हाँ भाई इसके घर पे आज तिल का लड्डू बना है ना. yes, टेस्ट में भी बहुत अच्छे होते हैं, ज्यादा मत खाना, खांसी हो जाएगी. ओके, लॉट ऑफ sesame seeds are not good, they'll cause allergic cough. हाँ, एक हाथ दो एक दिन में ठीक है, पर अच्छे लगते हैं तो don't eat it too much. It actually causes a lot of irritation and infection. Okay, I know we all love tilka laddu, no doubt. So to compensate that, generally we make kurmura का लड्डू. पता नहीं आप लोग के घर पे बनता है कि नहीं, लेकिन मेरे घर पे बनता है. तिल के लड्डू के साथ साथ कुरमुरे का लड्डू भी बनता है. कुरमुरे का लड्डू इज सेफ. या जया, राइट. कुरमुरे के लड्डू में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. दैट यू कैन हैव like whenever you want to. So I like til ka laddu, but because of this only, see, thinking exactly. So you started salivating, right? Exactly. That is what is our, the taste buds and thought process. Well, but all these are what exterior receptors. Let us come to interior receptors now. Okay. Any difficulty with exterior, with the name, where are they present and what the function are? Anyone having any difficulty in understanding these things with it? All of you have understood the names? Okay. They may come as match the following. Huh? In your exams, they may come as match the following. So be careful. Okay. Then we go to the interior receptors. Receive stimuli coming from within the body. So this is going to be within the body. The sensation is going to be felt within the body. Okay. Enteroreceptors. First, from internal body organs. Sensitive to stimuli coming from internal organs like hunger, thirst, pain, osmotic changes. All these will be received by enteroreceptors. Now, all these are neurons only, but they have, been given specific roles. उनका एक function बताया गया है. Okay. Then we have got proprioceptors. Remember these names. Proprioceptors के ऊपर question आया है already. It's going to be present within the joints, muscles, and tendons. They detect changes in the movements of joints, tendons, and muscles, pain, tension, and sensitive to vibrations. All these are going to be sensed by the proprioceptors. Movements, change in the movements of joint. आप folded legged बैठते हो कभी? Do you sit with your legs folded down? कभी जमीन पे बैठ के खाना खाने की आदत है आप लोग को कि टेबल एंड चेयर पे ही बैठ के खाने की आदत है? See, I stay in a very big family, so we cannot have a very like huge table and all those things. And generally we have got a practice of eating at least dinner together, because lunch time पे सब लोग घर पे नहीं रहते, but dinner time पे we all are together. तो हम लोग सब साथ में बैठ के खाना खाते हैं. अभी इतना बड़ा तो टेबल नहीं होगा इतने लोगों के लिए. So generally we sit down with the folded legs, and what is our practice is we discuss. Like बचपन से हमें ये आदत लगाई है हमारे पेरेंट्स ने, हमारे ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स ने, कि नीचे बैठ के खाना खाते हैं, और फिर पूरे दिन में हर एक के लाइफ में जो जो कुछ हुआ है ना, वी शेयर इट विद ईच अदर. So whatever the entire day, what all things happened with me, good or bad, whatever small or big, we have got a habit of, you know, sharing the things on the you know, dinner table. Of course after completing our dinner we don't talk while we are eating, but then है ना, हम लोग की बातें चलती रहती है, मतलब खाना तो 10-15 मिनट में खा के हो जाता है, बहुत ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लगता है वो खाना खाने के लिए, बट उसके बाद हम लोग 1-1 घंटा उधर वैसे ही फोल्डेड लेगेड कंडीशन में बैठ के है ना बातें करते रहते हैं. एंड बाय नाउ आई एम श्योर यू नो मी दैट आई एम वेरी टॉकेटिव, है ना? You know this now, na? That I'm very talkative, right? So I enjoy talking, obviously, and in my house, everyone is equally talkative. No, we don't watch TV at all. I love talking. That is the reason I love taking lectures, Baba. If I never like talking, how would I? नो टीवी, नो टीवी, नो टीवी इन माय हाउस. कभी भी खाने के टाइम पे टीवी नहीं चलेगा. हम लोग सब 1-1.5 घंटा बैठ के पूरे दिन को हम लोग डिस्कस करते हैं, और कल का दिन भी डिस्कस करते हैं थोड़ा बहुत. की मेजर डिस्कशन होता है कल खाने में क्या बनाना है. दैट इज द मेजर टॉपिक. ओके. Yeah, so that is what even I used to have. I mean, मेरे स्कूल में भी I was like very famous. But then generally, you know, like that was the reason I was the monitor, because जब मुझे monitor ही बना दिया तो मतलब, है ना? या कल क्या बनाना है वो टॉपिक एंडलेस होता है, आई नो. Anyway, so you know, like we sit folded, you know, with my legs folded, we sit for around 1.5 hours also, and then all of a sudden ना you realize that oh my god, अभी थोड़ा सा पोजीशन पैर का चेंज करना पड़ेगा, है या नहीं? हाँ, या एग्जैक्टली. हाँ, तो थोड़ा सा क्रैम्प्स एग्जैक्टली, वो ऐसे एक अलग वाला फीलिंग आ जाता है, नम्बनेस आ जाता है. या एग्जैक्टली व्हाट्स, yeah, you get stuck in that position, and then you realize all of a sudden, and then you want to change your position, है ना? Now this particular feeling of changing the position, not paining exactly, because now we are used to it, not exactly paining, but you need to change your position is what you feel. That is because of this enteroreceptors. एंड वाली फीलिंग, हाँ हाँ हाँ, numbness आ जाता है. एग्जैक्टली. So this is only going to be because of this enteroreceptors. It's generally going to be, you know, more aggravated in elderly people. Yeah. Even exactly when you're sitting also for a very long time, you feel like stretching yourself. होता है नहीं कि बहुत टाइम अगर बैठे हो तो तुम्हें थोड़ा सा स्ट्रेच करने की मतलब ये हो रही है, अगर बहुत टाइम के लिए खड़े हो तो कब बैठे ऐसे हो जाता है. All this is because of this enteroreceptors, right? Yeah, so it's going to give the sensation from internal organs like hunger, thirst, pain, osmotic change. Proprioceptors. I'm sorry, proprioceptors. That is change in the movements of the joints, tendons, and muscles. Pain means unless and until you don't change your position, you feel a bit, you know, is it painful? Tension and sensitive to vibrations. So all these are going to be because of which receptors, beta? Proprioceptors. Okay. Hunger to chahiye baba, otherwise how you will get energy? From where will you get the energy then? Well, baroreceptors, these are also considered as mechanoreceptors receiving signals from internal organs, but it is going to be associated with the change in the blood pressure and all. Okay, so इसलिए उसको अलग से बताया है. It is present in the walls of the atria, the vena cava, aortic arc, and carotid sinuses, baroreceptors. And what do they, function as? They give the sensation of changes in the blood pressure so as to restore homeostasis and vasodilation or vasoconstriction. So depending upon the condition, the dilation of our blood vessels or the constriction of our blood vessels will be taking place based on these baroreceptors ka signal. So enteroreceptors, thirst, hunger, osmotic changes, all those things. Proprioceptors, generally associated with joints, muscles, tendons. And baroreceptors is something associated with the blood pressure and homeostasis. इधर तक ओके बेटा? इधर तक पूरी कहानी समझ में आई है आपको? Anyone having any problem or any difficulty? Clear? Okay, fine. Now, according to our syllabus, we have got only two organs to study, which are sensory organs, as we call. So, first is eye, and second is ear. सिर्फ दो ही है ये साल के लिए. ये साल मतलब no, these are the not given in NCERT. But yes, you are right, Krishna. These are not given in NCERT, and that is the reason that I am teaching you all from this book now. That is the only reason, because these things would be asked in your exam. That's out of the syllabus questions. But why out of the syllabus? It's there with us. तो तुम लोग को realize ही नहीं होगा जब तक तुम लोग. और कैसा है? The thing is, like this is a part of your 12th standard syllabus according to your boards. But ये chapter 11 के NCERT में है, तो इसीलिए गड़बड़ है. इसीलिए मैं यहाँ से तुम लोग को डायरेक्टली पढ़ा रही हूँ from the textbook of boards. Okay. So let us first go ahead with है ना आंखों की कहानी. Yes. So let us talk about the eye first. Eye are a pair of sensory organs. Huh. Two questions in it which can come from. Yeah. Yes, my dear. Yes. Rather, I would say many a times both the questions come from your government textbook only. People think it is out of syllabus wala question. It isn't out of syllabus. It is out of NCERT, but it is there in your government textbook. तो इसीलिए तो ये बुक भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट कंसिडर कीजिएगा प्लीज. एक बार तो रीड करने में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, ये पूरा बुक है ना. या सो द आईज आर अ पेयर ऑफ सेंसरी ऑर्गन्स ऑफ विजन. These are located in the orbit of the skull with a cushion of fat around them. Yes, this is important that. Yes, but you're right, Krishna. So this is going to be, like a socket, and it is going to be surrounded with the, a pad of fat or a fatty tissues. Each eye is spherical, rounded, and it is going to be called as eyeballs. इसको हम ball कहते हैं बेटा. It is called as a ball. Okay, because it is actually spherical in structure. अब तुम्हें दिखने के लिए क्या दिखेगा कि तुम्हारा जो आंखों का शेप है वो किधर स्फेरिकल है. दिखने के लिए तो वो ऐसे एलिप्सॉइडियल दिखता है, but it is actually spherical. It is going to be held like this way. Okay, so you can imagine एक सर्कुलर गोला है मेरे हाथ में, और अगर मैंने उसको ऐसे पकड़ा है तो it appears like this way, but it's actually an eyeball. Okay, the eyes are protected inside the bones. We have got eyebrows, upper and lower eyelids, and with eyelashes, lacrimal glands, or we call them as tear glands. Movement of the eyeball within the orbit is controlled by 6 sets of muscles. This isn't given in our books, Abhita. So the movement is controlled by 6 different types of muscles present in the eye. Wall of the eyeball is made up of 3 layers: sclera, choroid, and retina. 3 layers होते हैं. Outermost is going to be called as sclera. Inside that we have got the choroid, and inside that we have got the retina. Yeah. Exactly, Palak. Very correct. We had read about these 6 in the cranial nerves wala part. Yes. Very nice. Very nice. So that's going to be the 3 layers. Okay. Let us come to each one of them. First is going to be called as sclera. Sclera or sclerotic, it is the outermost layer made up of dense fibroelastic connective tissue. Okay, so what is the material? Fibroelastic connective tissue with collagen fibers. So we have got 2 types of fibers basically, collagen and elastin. So elastin imparts elasticity, that is flexibility. Collagen provides rigidity. Okay, so here the sclera is rigid because of the presence of these collagen fibers. They are also called as white fibers, and elastin fibers will be called as yellow fibers. I'll teach you, don't worry. Tissues का भी chapter है जो हमें आगे देखना है. In that I'll teach you, of course. So it is going to be made up of collagen fibers. The anterior thick transparent part of sclera is called as cornea. Just have a look at this particular picture, beta. ये देखो. If you look at this, yeah, you can very well see this position where they have labeled it as cornea, right? So this entire part, blue wala, can you see the bluish layer over here? This entire blue part will be called as what? Sclera. And this sclera has become really thick in the anterior portion. This part, which has become thick in the anterior portion, will be called as cornea. So I understood the position of cornea, where it is exactly. Huh? Yeah, so it's going to be called as cornea. It is slightly bulged out for focusing light on the retina. Yeah. Cornea is going to be a part of sclera. Yes, correct. It's going to be slightly bulged out so that you can see there's a slight bulging over here. देखो ऐसा थोड़ा सा ऐसा आगे आया है ये, है ना? So it is for what? It is for focusing the light on the retina. Where is the retina? This yellow layer, can you see inside? The innermost layer is retina. ये देखो. So यहाँ से लाइट अंदर आएगा और रेटाइना पे फोकस हो जाएगा. तो ये फोकसिंग के लिए अच्छा हो जाए. आपने लेंस देखे हैं, कैमरा के लेंस होते हैं, थोड़े से प्रोट्रूडिंग बाहर की तरफ आते हैं. They are actually bulging out. So that is the way even this is going to be bulged out. The intention of this bulging is to focus the light to fall precisely on the retina. Okay. The sclera is provided with blood vessels. However, the cornea is devoid of them. And that is the reason you can see that particular area has been made light blue in color. Okay. So rest of the sclera will be having blood vessels, but the cornea will not have blood vessels. It's absent in the cornea. Please yaad rakhiyega ye point ki blood vessels are absent in cornea. An important point to remember. Okay. Where we? Yeah, it's going to be devoid. Okay. The sclera is provided with blood vessels. However, the cornea is devoid of them. Cornea is nourished. अभी blood vessel नहीं है, तो exchange of oxygen या फिर exchange of nutrients कहाँ से होगा? So see, cornea is nourished by aqueous humor and also by lacrimal secretion. If you can see here, ये वाला part जो है ना, यहाँ पर और यहाँ पर, अगर आप थोड़ा सा फोकस करोगे, ये देखो, कैन यू सी एंटीरियर चेम्बर, ये वाला, दिस इज द एंटीरियर चेम्बर, दिस एंटायर थिंग, ओके, which contains aqueous humor. Aqueous humor is going to be a solution type of a thing, okay, rich in nutrients to provide nourishment to the cornea. ठीक है, समझा? It is liquid. The exposed part of sclera and the entire cornea are covered by transparent membranous covering called as conjunctiva. So ये जो conjunctiva जो होता है ना, that is the one which is going to be having a complete covering. Completely उसको cover कर देते हैं. Okay. It provides protection and lubrication to the cornea, obviously. So the main function is to provide lubrication. Okay. So where is it? The exposed part of sclera and the cornea are covered by transparent membranous covering. Okay, fine. That's all about your sclera. Anything not understood about sclera? Anyone having any problem with sclera? Understood? Okay. We go to the second one, that is choroid, जो red color का यहाँ पर दिखाई दे रहा है. This red color one is going to be called as the choroid. ये देखो. Entire beta, it is going to be entirely present. Here, entirely from outside. Okay. Is the middle vascular and pigment. Vascular means it's going to have very good blood supply. It is not complete layer and it can be divided into three regions: choroid proper, ciliary body, and iris. So you can see here it is halfway. This is not a complete layer. It's, you know, इधर बीच में gap है, ये यहाँ पर, है ना? तो ये क्या है बेटा? It is going to be divided into three parts. Which are the three parts? Choroid proper, ciliary body, and iris. Let us go into each of them. Okay. Choroid proper. What is the sclera? तो exactly sclera के नीचे जो red वाला पूरा surface है, it is going to be proper choroid. Okay.